Good morning. There we go. We got a couple that are ready. Thank y'all so much for joining us here this morning. Last week, our state lost a deeply dedicated public servant. Mark Lowry spent decades serving the people of the state that he loved so much. And he spent much of his career focused on something that I too am very passionate about, improving our state's education system. I was saddened that his term was cut so short and so sudden. And I know our entire state is grieving for Mark's family, friends, and the Treasury office staff. But today I have a responsibility to fill that role and choose a new person to fill Mark's position until 2025. And I'm pleased to announce that I've selected another longtime public servant, Larry Walther, to fill this role. Larry, I clearly did something right, because of the 7 months I've been in office, we've never gotten that kind of applause for literally anything that I've done. Yeah. we don't bring chairs in this room on purpose, so every applause is a standing ovation. But to anyone who's ever dipped their toe into Arkansas state government over the past couple of decades, then Larry Walther is no stranger to you. I first got to know Larry when he served under my dad as director of the Arkansas Economic Development Commission, and my dad is here joining us this morning. My dad plucked Larry out of a very successful career in the private sector and made him our government's face to businesses around the world. Larry and I got even closer a few years ago when I actually moved into a house that he used to live in. During Little Rock's massive snowstorm, 2 years ago, our water line burst in our house, and it started flooding into our kitchen. I searched desperately, along with my husband Brian, all over our yard trying to find the water line so we could shut it off, but because of the deep snow, we couldn't locate it. It was the middle of the night, it was freezing cold, but I decided it was enough of an emergency that I would still call Larry and ask for his help. And sure enough, Larry answered the phone. Of course, he didn't have a clue where that water line was either. But his amazing wife, Janice, did. And she gave me step-by-step instructions. Walk 10 feet out and take another 10 feet to your left and start digging, and you will find that water line. And she was exactly right. We located that water line and shut it off with Larry and Janice on the phone the entire time. It's no surprise that even though it was late and a snowstorm, Larry answered the phone. As many of you know, we lost Janice in May of this year, and Larry was by her side the entire time. 53 years of marriage. Larry embodies servant leadership with his family, with his friends, and during every step of his career. At AEDC, Larry brought businesses and jobs to our state. He served as director of the U.S. Trade and Development Agency and on the board of directors for the Export-Import Bank, and as DF&A's chief fiscal officer, where he worked to streamline the entire agency. And anybody who knows anything about that agency, if you can streamline anything, much less the entire agency, it is an absolute success story. He moved nearly every single service that DF&A offers online and made Arkansas one of the first states in the country to provide online vehicle registration. It wasn't just a way to save the state money, it saved countless hours for every Arkansan. Larry was gracious enough to continue in his role when I became governor, shepherding us to a historic government surplus. And today, he's continuing that legacy of public service as Arkansas's treasurer. We need a steady hand and a savvy head for business to oversee our state's investments, and Larry has both. Thank you for your willingness to step up and take over this position. I have no doubt that you will bring the same level of excellence and servant leadership to this role as you have every single thing that you have ever done. We are so excited and honored for you to help continue to lead our state. And with that, I will turn it over to our next Arkansas Treasurer, Larry Walther.
Thank you, Governor Sanders. First, I want to say how deeply saddened I am at the passing of Treasurer Mark Lowry. I'm sorry, I got a little emotional there. It's been a really tough year for me. He was a friend, and he was a professional in his job, and he and I had a very close relationship. He was certainly worthy of all the accolades and expressions of love that have been shared by so many in these last few days. I know it has been a difficult time for the Treasury staff. My role as Secretary of DFA, I have had the opportunity to work closely with the Office of Treasurer. I understand how important your role is in the economic well-being of our state. I've made a commitment to the governor, and I make the same commitment to each of you here today and the people of Arkansas to coordinate a smooth transition and to perform the duties of the office with integrity. Governor, I want to say to you how much I appreciate your trust. What an honor it has been to serve as Secretary of DFA and as a member of your cabinet. I look forward to continually working with you, alongside you as the constitutional officer, and serving the citizens of the state of Arkansas to the best of my ability. To the staff of the Department of Finance and Administration, it has been a true privilege to lead you. Very few understand all the diverse, complicated, and critical work that is done on the day-to-day basis at the Department of Finance and Administration. I want you to know and understand and make no mistake about it, I appreciate you immensely. And you have it, I'm sorry, and you have made it easy. The success that we have achieved as an organization is because there are hundreds of wonderful public servants whose attitudes, work ethic, and professionalism are second to none. I've been fortunate in my career to work with very remarkable, dedicated teams. And Governor, I count your DFA team as among the best. I'd also like to thank my family for being here, my daughter Mandy, my son-in-law Justin Carswell, my grandson Jack, who's home from West Point. He's a senior at West Point this semester. Real proud of you, son. And thank you for being here. My friends who are here, I apologize. I'm a little emotional. It's been a really tough year for me, and I miss my wife, and I wish she were here to be with me to enjoy this announcement and this responsibility that the governor has given me. Thank you to my friends who are here, the cabinet, constitutional officers. I've had a great relationship with each and every one of you. I appreciate y'all, and I look forward to continuing to work with you on an ongoing basis. So again, Governor, it's an honor to be chosen by you to serve as Treasurer of the state of Arkansas. Thank you.
Monday.